The Brain Crypto channel is fulfilled to have you back. A critical number of you have expected to figure out what's going on this week's end, so I'll tell you. Is the market in a state of progress? As you might want to think, where might the market at some point as of now be? This week, we essentially made a choice. We essentially expected a viable week for computerized money. We have seen some exceptionally basic volume, honestly, just to some degree as of late, and we are back more than 71,000. Consider the insane $100 billion in Bitcoin destinies trading that occurred lately. In addition, there are two pressing stories. If you're enthused about getting comfortable with the Chinese impact, I tended to the subject quickly in the past night's video and live exchange, so I invite you to come hang out and watch those. On the other hand, there are a lot of retail dealers who are just leftover uninvolved, ready to jump in and start trading possibilities or spot. We are keen of this reality in light of the fact that to the huge measure of open interest in our association, endless individuals are pondering entering the business. All things considered, I surmise the request is, what will today bring? Toward the day's end, it's Friday at this point, what unequivocally could we anytime expect from the week's end? Consequently, that is the very thing this video will be about. Sympathetically purchase in and like our page. I say we get it going. Enormous you. I can't confide in these weeds. I stray. What's the deal with this week's end? There are a few huge developments. First, the level of open income is genuinely high, and second, numerous people are endeavoring to get in accessible action. Regardless, a change has occurred. The market is being pushed, as I might want to think, by a story change occurring in the picture coin district. Why? Since numerous people are getting rich. The new story in picture coins relies upon this sort of Chinese perspective, which I analyzed the past night in my film about China, its effect, and related subjects. Things like Pepe's new flood and bongs, among various others, are causing aggravations. Watching out, which is elevating news at altcoin costs, attracts new monetary sponsor, and, without a doubt, makes people energized. Assertion of that breakout was in like manner covered in our conversation. You have been following my accounts eagerly in case you were a piece of my live stream. Our expense objective for this one end of the week from now is 73,750, the level from which we were needing to break out of the new Bitcoin wedge. As such, the Bitcoin markets are in for a clamoring week's end. At this identical second, there are different stories. Basically, by seeing what and who is entering the market, we can see that the story is growing continually. Accordingly, I trust this week's end to be critical. All the while as Robinhood is trying to get Bitstamp, we would have to see a hold of 74,000. I would evaluate that one to be worth around $200 million. An enchanting change has so occurred, keeping watch. Numerous people, as I might want to think, fail to see the significance of this one end of the week from now. The breakout would be certified with a close by more than 74,000. Would endeavor to set a worth target of 100,000 or perhaps 150,000 in the accompanying a half year, which would coordinate precisely with Bitcoin's continuous worth. The market is in for an astounding week's end, I assume. Without a doubt, that wraps up our video. Support my channel with a like and a participation. Muchas gracias, depart.